Yes, Your Honor. I'm Julissa Harris, and along with my co-counsel Lori Easter
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
and Christopher Grant,
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
we represent Mickey Keenan in today's
Good
case.
afternoon, Your Honor.
My name is Tiffany Chung, and I, along with my co-counsel Shireen Bhatia
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
and Alex Valdez,
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
represent the defendant Avery Bancroft.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Do we have any preliminary matters before we begin?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a few documents that we would like to send to the bench. It's simply the millage rules of evidence, special instructions, the orders and motions in limine, the penal code, Midland's case law, jury instructions, and stipulations. May I approach opposing counsel in the bench in return?
Yes. Thank you. Anything further?
Yes, we would also like to invoke Rule 615, the constructive sequestration of all witnesses except for a party representative. Our party representative today will be Mickey Keenan.
Okay.
And lastly, since this is the first time in your courtroom, we would ask to do you want us to ask permission before we approach the witness, opposing counsel, or the bench?
You don't have to ask opposing counsel, but you must ask for the witness and myself.
With that, Your Honor, the state is ready to proceed.
All right. Defense, do you have any preliminary matters?
Yes, Your Honor, defense would like to submit some documents to the bench as well. We would like to submit the order granting motion to exclude the wiretap evidence by Bancroft. We would also like to submit the indictment and bill of particulars. May I approach and
And
turn to the
that's,
bench?
I don't have those, correct?
Yes.
All right, yeah. And you've shown opposing counsel just to make sure. Thank you. Any other preliminary matters?
Your Honor, we also asked how you want us to move about the well. Do we have permission to move freely?
Yeah, you can move out however you would like.
With that, defense is ready to begin with opening statements.
Prosecution?
Opening statements for the prosecution.
Proceed when ready.
May it please the court. Your Honor, opposing counsel, members of the jury. Today, you are going to hear a story about the owner of the Black Bear Casino, Avery Bancroft. Ms. Bancroft bribed member of the Midlands Gambling Commission, Chase Covington, in order to secure Covington's vote to vote for her proposal in the new casino license that was being issued in the state of Midlands. When Ms. Bancroft heard that the Midlands Gambling Commission was ready to seek proposals in order to issue a new casino license in Midlands, Ms. Bancroft then jumped at this opportunity and saw it as an opportunity to expand her empire. At this, she would then stop at nothing to do so, including breaking the law. In Ms. Bancroft's interrogation, she has already admitted that she gave money to Mr. Chase Covington in order to secure his vote for her proposal that she could get a new casino license approved. Now the case that we have in this courtroom today is a case of Ms. Bancroft, who committed a crime and is now trying to point the finger at the undercover detective Mickey Keenan and chair of the Midlands Gambling Commission, Chase Covington, accusing them of entrapment in an attempt to escape the consequence of her own actions. Ms. Bancroft's theory is that Officer Keenan and chair of the Midlands Gambling Commission, Chase Covington, demanded that she bribe Covington. This theory is an absolute converse of how the bribe really took place. In actuality, Ms. Bancroft had sufficient motive to initiate this bribe. Ms. Bancroft wanted to make a power move to become the only casino owner in Midlands to have 2 casino licenses, 2 casinos. So she enlisted in the help of the chair of the Midlands Gambling Commission and she bribed the chair of the Midlands Gambling Commission in order to further her own self-interest of obtaining this casino license. No one forced her hand. Ms. Bancroft bribed a member of the Midlands Gambling Commission in order to obtain this casino license. She openly admits to this bribery in her interrogation. Ms. Bancroft sees no crime in bribing government officials and has no remorse for the actions that she has taken. Instead, she looks for a scapegoat to avoid the consequence of her own actions. Ms. Bancroft made this bribe out of her own free will. No one forced her hand. We as the prosecution have to prove to you today that beyond a reasonable doubt that Ms. Bancroft made this bribe out of her own free will. To do this, we will be calling upon 3 witnesses here before you today. The first witness that we will call upon is a bellhop from the Black Bear Casino, Devin Del Sesto. Del Sesto will testify about some of the events that he witnessed take place around the casino, leading up to the vote by the Gambling Commission to issue a new license to Ms. Bancroft. The second witness we will call upon is a linguist named Reese Warren. He will testify about how Officer Keenan conducted his investigation sufficiently to police standards. The third witness we will call upon is Officer Keenan. He will testify about how he never forced Ms. Bancroft to bribe anyone, and that Ms. Bancroft made this bribe out of her own free will. At the end of today's trial, my co-counsel Jaleesa Harris will ask that you find the defendant guilty